Welcome to Relationship Realities, and I am your host, Lady Karen. Today, we're going to talk about a harsh reality in our world today, where women are choosing their man over their children. So, I want you to get you something to eat, drink, sit back, and enjoy the show on today. And I'm hoping that you don't see yourself in this conversation, but if you do, stay with us till the end of the show, because I'm definitely going to give you some information that can help you turn your situation around. On today, to discuss this very, very, very important hot topic with us is Moya. And Moya has an incredible experience. She has actually been on both sides of this coin. As a young child, Moya's mother chose her man over her children. But now that Moya is an adult and has been married and she has children of her own, she has been faced with the decision whether she would follow in her mom's footsteps or whether she would make a different decision. So if you would, welcome Moya to the show. We are glad to have you on the show today. And I want to first thank you and compliment you for being bold enough and have enough courage to tell your story. And I'm thoroughly convinced that a lot of young ladies are going to be helped from hearing your story and knowing that they're not the only one that has been through it. And then when we flip the coin and we go to where you are now as a mother, as a divorced woman, and see how you have made decisions to break the cycle of the things that you went through, I promise you, at the end of the show, you're going to be really, 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 really proud of yourself. As proud of yourself as I am of you, to know that the information that you're giving is going to help so many other young women. So again, thank you so much for being here. Let's start, I guess, when you were younger. Let's start at the beginning. I'm thinking it would be really good for people to know if you can kind of reflect back upon the first time you realized your mother was choosing a man over her children. What kind of was going on, or what happened that let you know that something is not right with this picture?
When I was younger, they used to call me bag lady, bag girl. I used to, when I used to get tired, I used to pack up what I could and leave down the street. And she used to come and get me and everything, but
you said when I used to get tired. Tired, what exactly would you be tired of?
The way he treated us. I needed to get out.
When you say he, is he your father?
No.
Okay, who is he?
He's
he that you're referencing?
Well, he was my mom's boyfriend.
Okay.
And he was very abusive to her.
At that time, was the abuse only towards your mom?
No, it was towards me. Okay. Well, which I thought it was just only me.
Okay.
He would make me lie down and let him do whatever he wanted to me so my siblings could eat. You know, everything was locked up. The cabinets, the refrigerator, the doors.
So are you saying the pressure of whether or not your siblings would have dinner was on whether or not you would allow him to do whatever he wanted to do to you?
Yes.
Was your mother aware at that time?
No. She was barely there. I maybe seen her once or twice a week. Okay. She said she was working.
You said she said she was working. Did you not believe that she was working, or?
It's just, when he hit her, she always said she had nowhere else to go. But my auntie and my grandma, they didn't stay far. You know, they stayed a few blocks, which if I was a little kid and I took a trash bag with clothes and I'm dragging it down the street, it's not far. You know, and you say you're working. Just me being an adult in an adult mind frame, I would save up to leave. Matter of fact, I would just get out and try to seek help, from my family. But she didn't.
So what makes you feel, with that whole scenario, what makes you feel like she was choosing her man over her children? Did you or any of your siblings try to tell your mother about the abuse that was going on?
Yes.
Okay.
I went to elementary school, and I talked to counselors after I told my mom, and she did nothing. And they would investigate, which I don't know what happened, but it always was a closed case after a while. Then we moved. Then when I got around 9 or 10, we had a party. That's when I really, it's like you bottle everything up, anger, till it overflows, and then you burst. And that's what I did. I burst, lashed out at my mom and told her.
At the party?
No, she left, or we left, when he was at work, which he worked down the street at a nursing home. And so when he left, we packed up and we went to my auntie's house. And that's when I thought she was tired, but she went back. Then I told her, how we were suffering and how could she let this happen to us.
Let me ask this question. When you told her how you were suffering, did you say we're suffering because we don't have food to eat, because you've mentioned that? Or did you say we're suffering because he's abusing us?
I said we're suffering because he's hurting me inside.
Okay.
Even the doctors told her I was being touched. And she said that I was being fast around the neighborhood with some boy. Instead of admitting the truth, she was in denial. And so when I finally told her, he's hurting us, he's hurting me from inside, she went to the party with me. I didn't want to get out, but she said I needed clothes. This is in College Station. We went to the room together and she finally confronted him. And he fell to his knees and he told her that he would never touch a child. He didn't touch me. That's when I knew I didn't have her mom. And I saw that he won her over versus her own child. So
and this, what I'm about to ask you, may be a difficult question. But do you remember what thoughts ran through your mind? You said, that's when I saw I didn't have a mom. How did you draw that conclusion? What made you feel like she's not being a mom? Was it?
She agreed. She, okay. And she rubbed his back while he was on his knees, holding her. And I ran. Time and time again, she brought us back. Like nothing ever happened, but we didn't live there.
But when you say you had to do something that you thought you would never do you want to share what that was?
At Majestical Care, we understand that being independent is very important as we become of age, or when facing permanent or temporary disabilities. We can provide as little or as much help as you need, whether it's for a few hours per week or daily. Our services include assistance with dressing, toileting, bathing, mobility and/or transfer, eating, laundry, errands, light housekeeping. Our caregivers are fully licensed. Give us a call today at 501-569-9907.
Hi, I'm Lady K, and I'm here to tell you about an incredible show entitled Relationship Realities with Lady K. You can join me on Tuesday nights from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m. via blogtalkradio.com, or you can meet me right here on my Facebook page live. Remember, it's Tuesday nights, Relationship Realities with Lady K, where we talk about all the relationships in your life that are important to you. You want to get better at relationships? Join me Tuesday nights, 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m. Relationship Realities with Lady K. Did at any point during your childhood or while you were home, because I do know you came to a point where you emancipated yourself from your mom, but while you were home, did your mom ever marry?
Yes, she married right after we left. I mean, it wasn't too long, and I was at the house and she came back from Mississippi with my sister and my little brother, and she said she was married.
Okay.
She didn't take all of us. She just, just suddenly. So I had to, I saw this man before. It's just I had to wrap my head around her getting out of one. She didn't leave that relationship just to be with us. She was already in another one. Like she didn't want to be alone. But she wasn't alone. She had us.
Okay. Let me ask this. What led up to you emancipating yourself from your mother? And talk to us a little bit about how that happened. We know, I'm going to assume that it was because of the abuse. But you got to an age where you said no longer. I'm not going to take this any longer. And then what?
Well, my stepdad, he's great. He turned out not to be like him.
He turned out not to be like
the guy that
was
raped
abusing
us.
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
She just became abusive. Like she wasn't happy. And I was pregnant at a young age. And we went to church on a Sunday, and something happened where she got mad at me, and we went to the house, and she had my brother and my uncle hold me down while she hit me in the stomach. And I went to the hospital, and after that, it was no more. Couldn't stay. So they told me to wait until, they prolonged it, but they told me to wait until I was 16 to get a divorce from her. And then she had to sign over her rights so I can be free.
Did she willingly do that?
No, she didn't.
Did you ever ask her?
I did.
Or let her know, this is not what I want. I want my mother. And if so, what was her response?
Her response is she's working.
Is what?
She's working. So I was there for my siblings. I cooked and I cleaned for them. I care for them. And it's like, even though the bars and the locks and stuff was gone, I just couldn't. I just felt like I was still bound in a way.
So what led to the actual divorce of your mother? Was it when you came from the hospital of her having?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
After that, I had to, like I said, when I realized she wasn't my mother. I had to do something I thought I would never do, so she would admit what she'd done to me, so she would sign the papers, and she did.
Okay. And you don't really have to answer this question if you don't want to, but when you say you had to do something that you thought you would never do to get her to sign the papers, do you want to share what that was?
Tape her.
Record her. Okay. Saying something to you or doing something to you?
No, admitting it.
Admitting what?
When DHS got involved, because I went to the hospital.
Right.
That opens the case.
Right.
She was yelling at me how I was a disappointment. And I just taped everything.
Okay.
But before then, she refused to sign. But then after that, she just signed.
Okay.
With no hesitation.
Right. So when you hear people say that you should always put your man first, your man should come before your children, especially if they're married, your husband should always come before your children. When you hear somebody say that, what goes on in your head? How do you feel, and what goes on in your mind when you hear people say that on television or in church or anywhere? What does Moya think or feel?
Disappointed.
Okay.
Because at the same time, even nowadays, biological fathers test their children. So you're telling me you put the man first, even though you know that he's molesting your child and he's your husband, you should put him first instead of your child's innocence? So I'm disappointed because I would sacrifice my life for mine.
Let's talk about that. Let's fast forward to now. You're on the other side of the coin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then you were a child and you were subjected to the behavior of adults. Okay. Now you are the adult and you've been married and you have children, but now you're divorced. Mm-hmm. I'm going to ask this question and we're going to take a break. What things have you changed about how you think, how you feel, and how you're conducting your adult life now that you're single, since you're divorced now, to ensure that some things that you went through, that your daughters, you have absolutely beautiful daughters, long head full of hair, to make sure that they don't have to go through the types of things that you go through. So I want you to think about that. And when we come back, we are going to hear what Moya has to say. Stay right there.
Hey, my name is Donald Williams. I'm area director for YBOA basketball here in Central Arkansas. We're currently looking for teams to join us, ages 3rd grade through 6th grade, and high school ages 9th grade through 11th grade. We're heading to beautiful Orlando, Florida. We'll be glad to have you. You can hit us up on our website, YBOA Basketball. You can get us at any time, or you can call me at 501-615-5040. I'm Donald Williams. Look for you to join us here on YBOA Basketball.
Hi, my name is Allison with My Life News Network Marketplace, and this is our featured business of the week.
Hello, beautiful.
Hey, ladies, how are you?
Wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Hello, beautiful. My name is Jamie Washington, and I'm the owner of Hello Beautiful Mastectomy Boutique and J. Nicole Lounge and Hair Loss Boutique. At this boutique, we offer a holistic approach to feminine wellness. We offer a full-service salon, complimentary consultations for hair loss, yoni steaming. We have a juice bar for your convenience, a makeup artist, and mastectomy fitting. If you are looking for any of our services, you can contact us at 501-353-1123 or 501-353-2946.
Thanks for tuning in. And that was our featured business of the week. Please keep in mind that these are small businesses, so please go out and support these businesses.
Welcome back to Relationship Realities, and I am your host, Lady K, and we are resuming our conversation with Moya on today, and she's helping us to get an insight and a better view, shall I say, to why women choose men over their children, and then some of the consequences, ramifications of making that decision. And if you missed the first part of the show, I strongly encourage you to go back and watch it from the beginning. But when we went to break, Moya, we were talking about, I just asked you, now that you are the adult and you are, you've been married and you have beautiful children, and now you're divorced. And it's time to date again because you're a beautiful young lady. You're still very young. My question to you was, what are you going to do differently than your mom did to make sure that anything that you and your siblings went through that was negative in the home doesn't happen to your children?
For one, I'm not going to bring them home.
Okay. Not going to bring the children home?
No, the guy home. Yeah, I'm not
Okay.
going to bring him home.
Okay.
I want to get to know someone first.
Okay.
You know, he needs to be my best friend, and I need to know him maybe for a decade. I don't know.
A decade.
Yeah, I want to make sure they're grown and out of the house before I, you know.
Why is that so important to you?
I just, you know, while you're sleeping, you know, you never know what a guy is up to. And then most people just bring random guys home, you know, after a week of knowing them, or 2 weeks, or even a month. How can you say you know that person?
Right.
And then you leave them with your kids.
I do a lot of talking with couples, single men, single women. And recently I had a conversation with someone who, she's not quite of adult age, but she's still at home with her mother and her mother's boyfriend. And twice she has awakened to the mom's boyfriend standing in her room and one standing over her bed. Does that sound familiar to you?
Yeah. But at that time, I was being sexually abused.
Okay.
And I used to move the dresser in front of the door so I can sleep a lot better.
Okay. So to keep your daughters from having to move the dresser in front of the door, talk to me about, you said you're not going to bring him home.
But I'm thinking, God, man can wait. My kids are important. And their life above mine is, when I had them, I made a commitment that I would keep them safe. And I wouldn't put their life in jeopardy just because I want to feel something different or be in the moment or say I got a boyfriend or I got a husband and you not know that person. You put their lives in jeopardy. I want them to, I'd rather take the time out and have that bond and get to know them.
So many young mothers especially feel that they shouldn't have to give their lives up because they have a child. They should still be able to live. They should still be able to come and go as they want. They should be able to have at their house whoever they want to have at their house because they pay the bills here. These are the kind of things I hear or have heard or you see on television or on social media. Tell me your thoughts. When you hear a young mother say that, well, I shouldn't have to stop my life just because I have a child.
But at the same time, if you're trying to protect them.
What if they don't feel their child needs to be protected? Do all children need to be protected?
Yeah. They need parents. They need guidance. If they don't have that, then they'll be picking up guns at a young age, stealing at a young age, killing at a young age. Maybe even take up raping, I don't know. They need some kind of guidance to find out who they are as a person when they get older. You know, right from wrong. If they don't learn that from the parents, then who?
I want to ask this question. Child pornography. Do you have any reason to think or believe that child porn may have something to do with the escalating amount of molestation, incest that's going on in our country today?
Yeah. Because the more views they get, the more they continue, you know. You enjoy seeing a child suffer, you know, seeing their pain and inflicting it on others. But being a male or a female, you know, you have children around, or you might be raising someone and you're looking at that kind of stuff. How would you feel if that happened to them, but you get a kick off of it, or you get a fix off of it? It's just corrupting them more.
Okay. So you definitely feel that doesn't
make it any better.
It doesn't definitely help the situation, because some have said, well, they would rather look at it than do it to someone.
Well, actually,
I've heard that said before. I didn't see the person because I probably would have done some damage, but when I was blogging still, I've done shows, and of course child pornography has come up, and some feel that they're not hurting anyone because they're just looking at it.
It is hurting them.
It is hurting someone.
You're watching someone's greatest pain, and you turn it into pleasure, and it keeps happening over and over again. It makes the child, the boy or the girl, feel, of course, powerless, because who's there to defend them?
So since you've made the decision to not bring him home, whomever the lucky him may would be, what do you do?
That's what I wanted to do.
If that's what you wanted to do, because you're beautiful, you're young. I won't say exactly how old you are, but you're very young. I mean, you're not very young. You're not a teenager.
Yeah.
You're under 35.
Yeah.
So what do you do when you're feeling like, okay, I need some male attention here? How do you handle that?
Actually.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you don't have to give us details, but you're not bringing anybody home. Okay.
I called someone from the church, even though it's an awkward conversation, but they shut me down to the point to where I'm crying, to where I feel,
wow.
Because let's say if I was to have sex, and if I was to get off, at the end, I would feel bad. You know, it's like you're satisfied one moment, and then you know you're doing it wrong the next. Because I wouldn't want my children to do it. I want them to wait, after marriage,
Oh, so you're going to actually encourage your children to wait until after marriage?
Yes.
To have sex. Okay. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they won't bring your daughters won't bring a man home.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be biased here, because we do know that women molest little boys as well.
Yeah.
We know that. Mm-hmm. So we just have to be very careful, period, when it comes to bringing people into our home when we have children. So whether male or female, children. So, did you wait until marriage?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So I didn't either, so don't feel bad. I didn't either. And it is awkward when we are encouraging our children to do something that we didn't do. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it, because that's still better. We know it's better. We learn from our mistakes, wishing that we would have waited. Yeah. But how are you gonna handle that? What are you gonna do? Because they're gonna ask. I'm telling you, they're gonna ask. Well, Mama, did you wait until you were married? I know they're gonna ask.
Yeah,
mine did. And when you have to be like, no, I didn't. You just have to tell them the truth. So,
well, let's say a rap song come on, okay. Or all the movies, almost all the scary movies got something in them.
All the movies have something.
So normally, you pause the movie and it's not an awkward time to talk about sex.
Right.
Because you're exposing their intentions, because they giggle and they chuckle. And then eventually, after you keep talking about it and talking about it and talking about it, they act differently.
Yeah.
They'll start carrying themselves differently.
I think when we allow some things to go on inside of our home, around our children, we're saying to them that this is okay. This is how things are supposed to be.
We want that kind of affection from
a man.
Yeah.
Identify the problem.
I'm straight. Be the solution.
The solution I am.
MyLifeandTrustFoundation.org.
Hi, my name is Allison with My Life News Network Marketplace, and this is our featured business of the week.
Welcome to Tion's Beauty Supply, your Black-owned beauty supply located right here in Bryant, Arkansas, 3108 Horizon Drive, Suite number 4, right across the street from KFC. We have wigs, weave, extensions, braiding hair. We also have products and accessories for your little girls too. We also have men products as well. Ladies, don't forget your bundles. We also have lashes too if you want to get dolled up for those Friday nights. Come check us out and see us. We're a Black-owned business that has been here for about 2 years now up in July. You can contact us on Instagram and Facebook at Tion's Beauty Supply. Our phone number is 501-297-9151. Hope to see you guys soon.
Thanks for tuning in. And that was our featured business of the week. Please keep in mind that these are small businesses, so please go out and support these businesses.
Hey you guys, it's Nate, Big Chick B, the Blonde Bombshell, inviting you to our new location. We're located at 11700 Rainwood Road, Suite 1. I want to see you guys out there for Muscle Mass Monday, Tone and Tighten Tuesday, Beginners Class Wednesday. You heard me right, I got a beginner's class step by step. Thick Fit Thursday and Sweating It Out Saturdays. I need you guys to come out. I need you to tell a friend, tag a friend, share it. So you guys, I'm still on Facebook under Nay Hatton. I also have my personal page, Body Works and Body Attack, Nay Hatton. Instagram, Nay Hatton. Studio 613, I want to see you guys there. Come on down.
As a mother with children, with daughters, that's one way that you've obviously opened the door, but are there any other things that you do to make sure that your children know that they can come to you and be believed? Because I think that's a big thing. A lot of children, when they're being mishandled in the home, go to their parents, but the parents don't believe them. So how are you reassuring your children that you can tell me whatever, mama's gonna believe you, mama's on your side? Yeah. How are you handling that? Because I'm sure it's important to you that they're believed. Yeah. Because you want it to be believed.
And signals, children give off signals when they're being touched, or when the person that's touching them walks in the room, their whole body language changed. Versus them coming and talking to me, I try to spend more time with them talking and just being around them to let them know it's, to make them feel comfortable enough.
Right. To come to you.
Like periods.
Right. Doesn't have to be about that. Just you can come to mama, period.
Yeah.
And talk about anything. But you were saying also like periods when your daughters start their cycles. So, okay, let's digress for just a moment, and then I want to come back. When you started going through menopause, not menopause. Oh Lord, that's me, not you. When you started going through puberty, became an adolescent, started your cycle. That was during the time when you were also being abused.
Yeah.
So how did you navigate through that?
My mother, she wasn't there, so I had to ask him.
The him that was abusing you?
The one that was abusing me, yes. And after
Mamas, come on, we got to do better. Okay, come on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
After a while, the sexual abuse, it decreased.
Do you think that that's, and y'all know this is relationship realities, do you think that that's because he now knows you could conceive a child?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, probably so. Okay, now let's come back to this end of the coin where you are the mom and talk again about some things that we want to say to young mothers who have children and they're dating. Do they have to put their life on hold? If so, to what degree? And if you say no, they don't have to put their life on hold, we definitely need to talk about some things that we can tell them to do to make the situation different than what you had to deal with and with what a lot of young ladies have had to deal with. So do you feel that the only way to prevent abuse happening in your home is to not bring a man home or a stranger home to your children, to be over your children?
You made a commitment to your children, that you would protect them. When you push them out, and I think you should honor that because you're all they have. Some people, women, have children to control the man, try to control the man.
It doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
It does not work.
Or in situations, they try to collect off of them, instead of actually loving them unconditionally. I think, in my own life, I put my life on hold. Because theirs come first now. I try to give them my all. Sometimes I feel lonely, but I'm not alone. I have them, but people, we want that kind of affection from
a man.
Yeah. From a man.
A man.
It's just
absolutely. It's a little different than the affection you get from your children.
Yeah. It's just, like I said, I sacrificed my life for theirs.
I love that. I love that word you just used. It's a sacrifice, because I too I've made the decision that you've made. I don't bring a man to my home. I have not. I've been single now almost 8 years. And I just don't. I do date. Do entertain male company, but you cannot come to my house. It's just that simple, because I have a daughter. And I have a son. Of course, he's older than my daughter's 17, but still, that's beside the point. So, it is a sacrifice that we have to make. And you said we made a commitment to protect them when we push them out. That is so amazing.
Yeah, and we know how long we had to carry them,
Yeah.
and take vitamins and go to doctor's appointments, and we named them,
I think when we allow some things to go on inside of our home, around our children, we're saying to them that this is okay. This is how things are supposed to be. It's different if something, not that it's right. I didn't say it's right, but it's different when something happens outside of the home. Because the home is supposed to be a safe place. Yeah. And when we're letting stuff go on in the home and we're not addressing it, we're not fixing it, then that's a really, really, really big problem to me, you know. And as parents, I totally agree with you. As mothers, fathers, we have vowed to protect them. And if they cannot come to us, who can they go to?
Exactly.
They've got to be able to come to us. And in cases like, okay, digressing again in your situation, you had to reach around your mom to seek some help. You couldn't go to her or through her. And you were strong enough, you were determined enough to get help, to do what you had to do that. So when we come back, we're going to take another break. When we come back, I want to talk a little bit about what gave you the strength. You are such a strong young lady, and you obviously have been all your life. Because it takes a lot of fortitude to emancipate or divorce yourself from your parent. So when we come back, we're going to address that. Stay right there. We'll be right back with Relationship Realities. Hi, I'm Lady K, and I'm here to tell you about an incredible show entitled Relationship Realities with Lady K. You can join me on Tuesday nights from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m. via blogtalkradio.com, or you can meet me right here on my Facebook page live. Remember, it's Tuesday nights, Relationship Realities with Lady K, where we talk about all the relationships in your life that are important to you. You want to get better at relationships? Join me Tuesday nights, 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m. Relationship Realities with Lady K.
Hi, I'm Allison with My Life News Network Marketplace, where we provide you with resources and services that you may use in your everyday life. Here at My Life Marketplace, we showcase one small business weekly, highlighting their products and services that they provide. If you provide a service, or if you have a small business and you would like it to be showcased on My Life News Network Marketplace, please contact us at info@mylifenewsnetwork.com, or you can also call us at 214-699-6635. Let the My Life Marketplace crew come showcase you.
At Majestical Care, we understand that being independent is very important as we become of age, or when facing permanent or temporary disabilities. We can provide as little or as much help as you need, whether it's for a few hours per week or daily. Our services include assistance with dressing, toileting, bathing, mobility and/or transfer, eating, laundry, errands, light housekeeping. Our caregivers are fully licensed. Give us a call today at 501-569-9907.
Identify the problem.
I'm straight. Be the solution.
The solution I am.
MyLifeInTrustFoundation.org.
Welcome back to Relationship Realities, and I am your host, Lady K, and I am here with Moya, and we have had excellent conversation about when women choose their man over their children. And I want to thank you, Moya, for being here today and for helping so many young ladies to make better decisions about how they cover the children, the decisions that they understand, that the decisions that they make about their personal life affects their children as well. So, but before we close the show, I want to ask you, in this story, you have been so incredibly strong. From a childhood, I know you may seem like, no, I wasn't, but you really were. You really were. Then to emancipating yourself from the situation. Now as a mother, divorced, you've gone through that. You still have young children at home, and you have made an incredible decision that some women old enough to be your mother won't make. And that is to not bring men home around your children. What has given you the strength? What do you feel has been your backbone, has been the thing that kept you sane, kept you balanced throughout your life, and definitely now as an adult, so that you can make these hard decisions? You've made a lot of hard decisions. What was it?
My children.
Okay.
Like I said, I didn't have a mom. She wasn't there, so unconditional love wasn't handed, and it wasn't freely, you know. But when I had my children, they're actually still guiding me and teaching me. It's like when they hug me, you know, I get this, my heart started pounding. And I'm growing up with them. And it's showing me that I need to keep them safe. And it's showing me what not to do.
You say your children have helped to give you the strength that you've needed to make the hard decisions.
Yeah.
But what about before you had children? What about when you were a young adult and enduring such abuse and such neglect, and yet you stood firm on removing yourself from the situation? What was giving you strength?
God got me out of that house. He got me far away from that house. And maybe the lack of love from my mom. It made me mature. It made me harden. And it took a while to break that, but
as an adult, not having your mom, because you literally no longer have your mom here, has it been important to you to have a mother role model, or to have someone you can look up to and talk to about all the woman things now and, you know, the mom things? Has that been a source of desire for you, a source of strength? How are you making it now as a grown woman, but still needing? I still need my mother. And I'm older than 40. Still need my mother. I've never been this age before. So I still talk to her just about girl things, woman things. When you think about that, what runs through your mind? And are you able to move forward and carry on knowing that what you needed in a mom, you don't have? And if so, how?
It's just what I didn't have. I apply that in my life.
Okay.
So I can I'm striving to do better and to be better than what was put upon me when I was little. It's not a hymn book to be a mom.
Right.
I know I know when something is wrong. Okay. And I know when I'm doing it wrong.
That instinct.
Yeah.
That mother's intuition, and then doing what you know you have to do to protect our children.
Yeah.
Thank you, Moya. You have been amazing. So amazing. Thank you for being brave enough to tell your story. And I want to thank each of you all for watching Relationship Realities with Lady K on today. And I want you to remember this. Ladies, if you have ever been in a position where you have to decide between your man and your children, choose your children. Because if the man is causing you to make a decision, if he's not saying, hey, let us protect the children, then something is already wrong with that situation. You all have a good day. Work on loving yourselves and each other. Hi, I'm Lady K, and I'm here to tell you about an incredible show entitled Relationship Realities with Lady K. You can join me on Tuesday nights from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m. via blogtalkradio.com, or you can meet me right here on my Facebook page live. Remember, it's Tuesday nights, Relationship Realities with Lady K, where we talk about all the relationships in your life that are important to you. You want to get better at relationships? Join me Tuesday nights, 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m. Relationship Realities with Lady K.